Are ready. Bam. You guys ready?
Episode 3.
Guys, episode 3. We're here. Make some noise. Make some noise.
Let's go.
Episode number 3. In case you missed it, if this is your first time here, this is a little bit of a behind the scenes of what happens here at the Dream HQ, aka KASE Real Estate. My name's Keven Stirdivant. Who are you?
Eli Stirdivant.
Eli Stirdivant. Nice to meet you.
Justin Lee.
Justin Lee, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's start from the top. Let's start with that new. What's going on? What did we do this week? What's new? What's exciting?
Last week was awesome. I think we knocked as a team like over 1,500 doors or something.
Big
That is
hustle.
crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That is crazy too. Now, what is door knocking? For the listeners, what do you mean you knocked 1,500 doors?
so-
What is that all about?
So we have an accountability every single week to knock doors, but what that means is literally going door to door, usually pretty
What?
specific
You guys
doors.
actually do this?
We knock with our knuckles or doorbell,
Yeah.
and we talk to potentially homeowners.
So that's
Sometimes
a
renters.
topic all on itself.
Yeah.
Door knock or doorbell?
I like doorbell.
I like
You guys mess
doorbell.
with the doorbell?
I like
I
doorbell.
don't touch the doorbell ever.
I'll be honest. I
Really?
do. I
I
usually
do
do
this.
both. I usually
People
do
don't
both.
hear the door knock. Big houses.
Oh, I
they're
do that same one.
upstairs.
Really?
I do that same
That's
one.
crazy.
I just feel like some people don't hear that. They're upstairs. They're in the backyard. You ring the doorbell. It's loud.
Yeah. Actually, when
Uh-huh.
every time I knock, I don't do the last. When I do that because
Oh, wow.
the next
That's
person
interesting.
they're like, oh, I want to finish it. Like I want to finish the. It's like a hard thing to not finish.
So
that
why
little-
why do we do this? Why do you guys do that? It works?
Because
Works
it's a
well.
great way to connect with people that own homes and areas are trying to sell
Let's
them.
go. Let's go. And we had a very special event to promote the Vista Bahia event.
Yeah.
Right?
Oysters.
architecture,
Yep.
sommelier. It was a
Yeah.
great event.
It was cool.
Yeah. Hopefully it sells.
Yeah. I think with the amount of people that kind of came through last week, where it's more like chef focused.
Yes.
The house is definitely geared for a chef. Hoping that kind of brings some attention to that kind of buyer.
Absolutely. Thank you. Much love to everybody who came through. It was a great event.
Yep.
Santiago closed.
Wow.
Let's go.
Could talk
This
about
was
that
either
price.
our 18th or 19th sale on the same street. I think it's 18th. We listed it for $7,995. We closed officially, I believe, last Wednesday or Thursday for $8.3 million. So that's a
Wow.
new historical record for that whole zone for a non-view property.
You need to talk about how crazy that sale is.
I think it's a pretty crazy sale for a lot of reasons. One being the price jump, right?
Yeah.
Because when they bought it, that was the unicorn year. So the unicorn year, if you go back like 50 years, was 2021. Meaning to have it, what is a usual increase in price on a yearly basis? Like 3 to 7%. Like that is an awesome year. So imagine to go 10. Imagine to go 15,
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
20 is unheard of. So in
crazy.
2021, the market in OC and many parts of LA increased 20%. So if your home was worth $5 million in 2021, it was worth $6 million at the end of 2021.
So crazy.
Right? If your house was a $10 million house, it was worth $12 million. If you had a $1 million house, it was worth $1.2 million. Imagine you buy $1 million house. And to buy $1 million house, maybe your income was around 120 grand a year, whatever it may be. By the end of that year, you just made 2 years of an entire year's salary just because you bought a house and you've just been chilling, living there.
Yep.
It was a very exciting year in real estate. 2022, it was ups and downs. 2023, I have seen zero statistical data of any increase in price.
Yeah.
But this sale specifically did not only go to 6 million. It did not go to 7 million. It went to 8.3 million, which is really exciting. And I think just a great example that you get out of it, what you put into it.
Yep.
They had Shannon McLaren, the one and only legend herself, the Queen of Santiago, come in and just completely remix the property. She did an incredible job, along with the homeowner, Kate, who added her touches and gave extraordinary direction.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the incredible Jedis at Garden Studio Design,
Yeah.
all to create this incredible sale. And then we did, I'd like to say we had a little bit to do with that as well.
Yeah,
Our
we did our thing.
negotiations.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. I heard you're speaking, dude.
Wow.
I am.
At a big event.
I have never been on any sort of panel, like besides this podcast and videos we've done here at KASE.
My guy's going straight to the top.
Yes.
This dude is not messing around. You know how many
should be
breakout
fun.
sessions I had to do before getting on a main stage? You're on the main stage.
With Tom Ferry.
with Tom Ferry
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, we're on a panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
Yup.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be cool.
The 23rd of this month in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
You're on a panel called Rising Stars.
Yep.
Incredible. I heard there's going to be like 4,000 people there.
Yeah, I've never, even in different concerts playing, I've never been in that.
Wow. What's the biggest group you've ever played music in front of?
I think like 600.
Dang.
Like and that feels like crazy.
Woo! Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. I've not even had a single moment to like actually reflect and think about how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited.
Shout out to David Caldwell.
Yeah. Shout out David Caldwell.
David.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So if you're there, come by, come say what's up.
August
And,
23rd in Dallas.
Eli says anything funny, make sure you laugh. If he says anything emotional, make sure you cry. Right? Show my guy support.
Yep.
Incredible. All right, let's talk about something that's been a year in the works. This has been an idea that officially formulated. My first history that I can see of this vision started about a year ago, in April 2022. The idea of creating the world's first mid-century modern
Dude.
bounce house.
That house is crazy.
It came.
It's a real house.
It popped up on the marketing thread. We got to talking about it. We made some calls.
Yeah.
KP got in touch with some folks. KP, do we want to shout those people out? Did they give us a deal at all?
No, but they.
You know what? Let's not shout. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's shout out the great people at Floaty Kings.
Yeah.
Floaty Kings.
Bloody Kings killed it.
They made a whole damn
Wow.
house.
I thought it was gonna be like more of like a normal size.
Yes.
It's like
It's the size of an actual house.
So
there are
crazy.
probably a good amount of people living in Costa Mesa that their house is not as big as that bouncy house.
Dude, I would fully live in that house.
You could rent it out as an ADU probably.
Wow, man. So anyways, we officially blew that thing up yesterday at my nephew's
looked
birthday.
crazy.
It's insane. It's
Yeah.
33 feet long.
Yo, were you able to get it back into that bag afterwards?
Hell no.
I was gonna say, there's
No, I didn't
no
even try.
way.
I didn't even try. No, I didn't even try.
That's funny.
So, major shout out to Floaty Kings. Major shout out to my dude KP.
What
go.
was the purpose? What was like the original vision? Like why did you want to make a bouncy house?
I think I just want to make people happy at the end of the day,
Yeah.
while also building the brand.
Well, I think you also
And let
throw
people know KASE loves the kids.
you throw
Case
so
loves
many
the kids.
events.
We
at
throw
the
so many
house
events.
and at different properties.
We're always so we bought a bounce house like 3 or 4 years ago. Remember the white one?
Oh yeah, there's a white
And so it all started when we bought our own bounce house because we're constantly renting bounce houses.
Saving
so
money, actually.
Alana bought this white one, and when we got that one, we were like, "Damn, it'd be really sick to have our own, like a custom
Yeah.
mid-century modern house with the KASE sign and everything."
Sick.
So, make sure you keep an eye out for the KASE bounce house at the next open house. You never know. It's gonna be
Maybe
all
at
over
the Run
place.
Club.
Oh.
Maybe at the Run Club. Maybe at the Run Club.
Yo.
We're expecting you to be here. Listen, all different styles of running.
Yes.
Multiple different levels, right? We're gonna have the elite group,
Yep.
right, for the 7 to 8.5 minute runners. Then we're gonna have the more moderate running group.
Yep.
You got your 9 to 10.5, 11 minute mile runners, and then stroller gang.
Stroller
What's
gang.
the date?
August 26th.
What time?
Meet at 7, start running at
Come
7:30.
through.
Be back here at 8:30. For those who were here at the first event, you guys saw how fun it was. I think everyone had a good time. This second Run Club event is going to be even more special because we're hosting a market afterwards.
Come on.
We're going to have 10 or so vendors, food, drinks, Super 73 bikes, flowers, candles. Come hang out, come run, bring your kids, bring your family, and meet some great people.
Hey, did you
Let's
do you,
go.
confirm any of those sponsors?
We have 8 people confirmed right now.
After one running event.
After one running event.
So share some of the
Yeah,
sponsors.
name drop.
So we have Nisus. It is a very elevated fitness workout apparel
Some
brand.
of the dopest workout
They'll be
gear.
there showcasing their new line.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ably, a very tasteful and
I love that drink.
Yeah, just a great supplement recovery drink. We have Super 73.
Dude,
Let's
that
go.
You guys are
is
local,
sick.
you've seen those bikes out in the streets. They'll be here with
Nathan?
We have Nathan, which is a local running store.
Wow.
They'll be here giving out gift cards and just giving out some new products. Clearweather, it's a local shoe brand. They'll be there. We're gonna have a breakfast guy there, a smoothie guy
bro, this
there,
is crazy.
a coffee guy
This is
there,
crazy.
It's like Disneyland.
and some more. So we're working on a really great event. It's coming up here in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I'm excited to see everyone
Let's
there.
go.
Yeah.
KASE Run Club,
Please
number
Run
2.
Club, let's go.
Super dope. All right, so let's talk about the market. We've had our dude, the one and only Johnny Farrell. Can we welcome up Johnny Farrell?
let's go,
Johnny,
Johnny.
come on up here, man. Welcome to the Mortgage Minute. Welcome to the Mortgage Minute.
Just like rising stars, we got rising rates.
Let's go.
Damn it! I was hoping you'd say the opposite. I was hoping you'd say the opposite. So fill us in, man. What's going on in the mortgage world?
Well, I feel like I'm a broken record because it's the same. Can I swear on this?
You do
It's the
whatever
same
you want.
shit that it's inflation.
Okay.
We were talking. It's either inflation, inventory, but right now we're gonna see rates improve as we see inflation simmer down, and the numbers.
Promise?
Yeah, but I'm probably saying
Johnny
more
Farrell
in
promise.
2024.
What?
2024.
6 months.
Yeah, you guys, there's all these unicorn events that are happening right now. Like, do you guys know what the rating agencies are, like Moody's and Fitch? So they
Fill us
just
in.
downgraded U.S. sovereign debt, which means if you guys are investing in it,
Okay.
there's higher risk. Well, if you investing in something with higher risk, you want a higher rate of return, right?
Right.
So the only way to do that is to raise rates on some stuff. But the good news is inflation is coming down.
Okay.
It's just a little slower than we thought.
Okay.
So,
So am I gonna be okay?
are you ever not okay?
You know what? I'll be totally straight up. I don't even think about the rates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the people that we have are just ready, willing, able, motivated, and
Yeah.
it's the low inventory. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm seeing multiple offers on everything. I just wrote an offer on 2 different properties with a buyer
Right.
for $7 million, and we have not secured either one because there's multiple other people pouncing on it. So like, I think the majority of the people listening here are real estate people.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, here's what I would encourage any real estate friends of mine to have. Just make sure you're not getting caught up in a energy crutching, crippling feeling.
Analysis paralysis.
Don't just do the
Yeah.
job. Like, we're in a service business, right? We can only help the people who want to be helped. So if you're a buyer and you're in fear, or if you're a seller and you're in fear, you should probably just chill. You should not be doing anything if you're in a fear-based state.
Right.
Right? Just chill. Stay where you're at. The people who are making moves right now have a reason and a motivation and a clear purpose.
Right.
Yep.
Whether you're a buyer or a seller, if you're in fear, yeah, there's nothing for you to do. And there's a lot of people who are in that space. And we have a message and an intention and different ways to be a service and to help you that have nothing to do with real estate.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Hey, so you were talking about Santiago and home appreciation from when the seller or the buyers at that time, now the sellers,
Yeah.
bought it and how well they did. And I think we have to focus more on creating wealth with our clients right now. Because if you look at it and you're like, okay, well, the rates are higher. Yeah, you're paying a higher monthly payment. But then you were for, everyone that bought their houses in the 2s and 3s. But appreciation levels are still going up. So even if it's costing you more, you're making that double your income on that 120 that you were speaking of earlier in appreciation. The unfortunate part is for the people that have qualifying issues or debt to income ratios are higher. That's the one hurdle. But other than that, it's not really stopping anyone. I mean, look at the demand right now.
It's crazy. Failing to plan is planning to fail. What I do see people who are taking action in a state of fear, you can tell it looks sloppy. It's like they just dumped their home on the market. And if you're just dumping your home on the market, you're going to lose. Right? You have to plan this out. So if you are thinking about doing something, buying or selling, make sure you get with the right people. Maybe you only have 2 weeks to map it out, but get with the specialist.
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are getting something done for your health and you're going to a doctor, you're going to go to the shit doctor?
Nah, man.
No, you're going to go to the best. And the
Dr.
best isn't
Bender
the
of-
cheapest, by the way.
Shout out to Dr. Bender of.
Hey, by the
He's
way,
my guy.
You know what? I
Yeah.
was actually selling you the other day.
Yeah.
Because you were always really smart on, what did we pay you? 2.5%, 3%?
Yeah.
But you always said, hey, Farrell, if I sell your house
Yeah.
for this and I hit this target, can I get that other 0.5%?
I do it based on
Why wouldn't I
performance.
do that?
Right.
Right?
I
But-
structure my deals based on performance.
Yep.
Right? If I bomb, then I want to, you know what? If I don't get you your number, I shouldn't get my number. What's the average number out there? 2.5%. There's some people, their angle is they drop their fee to provide value. That's not me. That's not what I do. But some people have no other way of creating value, so the only way to create value is to actually lower their own.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You should actually learn how to create value because what we do is very difficult to do it well, right?
You have to create value now with the competition, even on the lending space. I mean, I'm dealing with our industry has taught people rate. We've spent billions of dollars marketing rate.
Yeah.
But rate's not necessarily an important thing now. It's
Yeah.
getting to the client's house. And you know what? You got to go work with the professionals.
I agree. I was really excited. This last week, the results came in over the last 12 months. The team is number 4 in Orange County. But what I'm more excited about is if you take any of the agents that are doing at least $70 million in Orange County, which is like 300 or so agents, the team and I officially are number 1 in all of Orange County for a stat that I'm the most proud of, which isn't the most volume. There's a couple people who are closing more volume than us, but there is nobody that has a higher list price to sales price ratio in all of Orange County. And why that means a lot to me is because to me it shows integrity. It shows that over 100% of the time, we are doing what we say we're gonna do, right? When I list a home, and I imagine most people say this, it's like, hey, I don't think agents are going on listing appointments saying, hey, so I'm gonna list your house here, but I'm probably gonna land over here. They're saying I'm gonna list a house and sell at this price. There was only one other gal who was over 100% in for all of the agents. Fountain Valley agent, major shout out to her, Lily Campbell. I don't think I've ever met Lily, but
Well, she's
what a weapon.
she's really good.
What a weapon.
Really good.
So yeah.
Wow.
But you know,
That's a huge value add alone.
I'm definitely bringing that list
So
on
most
listing
people are
appointments.
below 100%.
So the top few hundred,
Yeah.
only 2 were above 100.
So for us people that don't understand that list price, so if you list it for $1 million, majority are selling it below $1 million.
Yeah,
No matter what.
like the average was 96%, right?
Wow.
So when you look at a difference of ours, so mine is 103%. So when
Yeah.
you look at what is that worth, right? And that wouldn't be like very exciting if you also weren't landing at a high number, because then you could say, oh well, you're just listing them low. But we
Right.
also have the majority of the highest price sales in Costa Mesa, Newport, Laguna, CDM, etc. We've been able to achieve some very, very big high price records. So I would encourage people to actually pay more attention to strategy, right? Because what I'm doing, anybody could do it, right? It's not like I have really figured out some magical science. It's just, to me, there is an art to marketing, promoting, and negotiations that anybody could take the time and be intentional. Why? What is the point about this? So that you can sit around and brag that you have the highest sales? It is kind of cool.
Or the most headshots?
That's a different topic. The real reason why, number one, is because a home deserves to sell for the highest amount of buyers willing to pay. But also, as a whole, if we live here, we love it here, why would we not want to do whatever we could to consistently raise property values?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a good mission, man. But
Thank
you
you,
guys
bro.
are all doing a good job. So
Hey, man. Thank you for being here. Give it up for Johnny Farrel.
thanks, boys. Thanks, KP.
Let's go. All right. So, behind the hustle. This is the point of the podcast where we talk about highlights, insights. I'm sorry, not highlights and insights. Tips,
Skills, practices.
ways for you to break through.
Yeah.
What do you guys got?
I think Justin's got some
What do you
heat
got,
we
Justin?
were talking about beforehand.
I think we were just talking about, sometimes it's not even about the practices that directly generate the business. Sometimes it's about the practices outside of the
100%.
office that set you up properly so that when you get in
100%.
and you pick up the phone and you meet the client, it all just clicks.
Yeah.
And something that we here, on the team all try to dial in often, and it's the morning routine. It's the morning routine.
Crucial.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So you're talking before you get to the office.
We're talking right when you wake up.
It's not like part of your work day. It's part of your life.
No, this is yeah. It's like right when you wake up, that
Okay.
first hour or two before you come to the office.
Yeah.
What do you do to set yourself up mentally,
Yeah.
physically, spiritually, so that when you get here, you're already at a 7 out of 10 or above
Yeah.
an energy level, like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
So that you can crush it when you pick up the phone.
Warm up.
And warm up 100%.
I call it putting your armor on.
That's
right?
it.
Now, who puts their armor on is the question. People who are going into battle.
Yep.
So question number one is, are you going into battle? Are you battling something? Right? Are you just showing up like walking through an easy breezy day? If that's you, more power to you. For me personally, I'm going to war. I'm going to war with myself every single day to finish my day knowing I gave it my all. Here's the dangers of going to a war. You're going to get punched in the face as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
You might get
And you might get stabbed. And if you don't have your armor on, that's going to be pretty painful.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be pretty painful. What I mean by that is if you're just going, you wake up, take a shower, get dressed, and go straight into whatever life has to hand you.
Can't be doing that.
That's crazy.
Can't be doing
and
that.
I have days like that, and I'm just like, I'm done. It's like 10 o'clock, and I didn't get my workout, and I'm like, dude, I'm done with the
So what do you do in the morning, Kev?
Bro, I wake up 4:47.
What's your perfect morning routine?
There has been times where I woke up, and it's like, it sounds like it makes sense to go. So first of all, to keep it simple, it's mind, body, soul.
Yep.
Right? I need to fill up those three equities, mentally, physically, spiritually.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense to go to spirit first.
Right.
To get into some breath work. I know you talk about that. To get into some prayer, to get into some meditation. That does not work for me. The times I have tried to wake up and go into meditation or prayer, I am so tired.
Yep.
I just, real, go to sleep.
Yeah.
So for me, it is a painful process of getting up. First of all, tomorrow or this morning starts last night, right? Tomorrow starts the night before. So I always lay out my hat, my shirt, my shorts, my socks, my shoes, and I put it right by the bed.
Okay.
Right? And that way I just get up. And it's tough until I get into the gym and I get into the routine, which is around 5:05. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, typically I'm with my trainer, DB. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm in boxing. That starts a little bit later. But I'm not stoked until I'm like, you know what I mean? Moving.
Yeah. So it's wake up
Yeah.
and then some sort of workout.
Wake up and painfully get into my workout.
Okay.
Straight up. Just keep. It's first and foremost, this is not easy.
No.
Right?
You're not just like stoked, like
No,
waking up like,
no.
I'm so
I'm like,
excited to work
dude.
out.
But what I can promise you, and I'll tell you right now, last night is a perfect example. We had a birthday party at our house and stayed up late, and then Lana had to do a Target run last night. So I put the baby to sleep, and Alana went to Target at like 9:45, 10 o'clock or something. I think Target's open till like 11 because today's Kaizen's first day of school. They had to go get a bunch of last minute stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All day long we're doing the birthday, blah, blah, blah. Happy birthday to my nephew, Emilio, by the way. I know he listens to this podcast.
He's 5 years old. Killing it.
And so then after I put my daughter to sleep, my oldest daughter, Azella, wanted to go swimming. I'm not going to say no to that. Next thing you know, we're swimming and watching the Taylor Swift documentary from the pool. Yo, it was a great night.
Yeah.
But I don't even get into the shower till like 11.
Yeah.
I don't even get into bed till like midnight. You know, I don't think I went to sleep till like 1. And that alarm went off at 4:45. I look at my text. I see DB, and he's like, I'll be at your house at 5:20. I'm like, oh, God. And then I get the workout in. After the workout, I'm in the cold plunge.
Let's go.
I'm in the cold
Cold
plunge.
plunge is crazy.
How's the cold
Every
plunge
single
been?
day.
How's
Cold
that been?
plunge changing my life.
How's it change
I
your life?
always thought it was a little lame. People were like, oh, man, it's like an acid trip. It's like doing coke, da-da-da. Coming from somebody who's done acid and a lot of coke, I'm like, yeah, right. You guys have never done either of those things.
Yep.
You don't know what that's like. They're not kidding. You do not realize this until you've done it for 3 days straight. It's just like that. I don't
Cold
know about
exposure would be a
acid.
powerful
I don't know about
thing.
acid,
No visuals.
but the feeling that I'll just say this. Yeah, I used to do a lot of drugs. I'm 7 years sober.
Yep.
The feeling of some of these things that I've done in my past, what it actually does to your bloodstream and how it keeps you there all day.
It's amazing.
It is
pretty
the
crazy.
cheat code.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't done the cold plunge sauna. That's some other thing, and I have a sauna. I haven't done it yet. But anyways, after I get out of there, then I get into my breath work. Then I get into some, 10 minutes of just, thank you, Lord, meditating, gratitude.
Yep.
And then I get to pour into my family a little bit and hug the kiddos and breakfast with wifey. This is all done by like 7 a.m.
So it's like 3 hours that you're giving
3
yourself.
hours, dude.
And during this time, you wake up, you checking emails at all?
Hell
Checking
no.
text messages at
Hell
all?
no.
Nothing.
I don't want to talk to anybody by default until 8 a.m. The soonest, and I've had clients in the past who they'll literally call me at 6:45, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, I see that you wake up really early. I'm like, yeah, for me. That's for myself.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to nobody that I don't want, that I'm not planning. Not that I don't want to talk to my clients, but my 4:45 to 8 a.m. is myself, God, and my family.
Yep. Well, that's how you show up in the best possible way for your clients.
I need this. Listen, I'm trying to fill my cup up so that I could pour into you.
Yeah.
If I'm showing up and I haven't poured into myself, what do I have to give you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you got to be a little selfish with that time, right? You have to give to yourself so that you can give to others.
100%.
And that's been the cheat code for me for sure. I take punches and L's and uppercuts and my goodness, but I'm prepared for it because I'm feeling good.
Yep.
Whether it's a fat check that I have to write, whether it's a fat check that I have to write unexpectedly, or somebody's moving on from my team or whatever it may be, because I'm feeling good and feeling love, I could write that check with love.
It's all
and I
good.
could tell that person, hey, man, it's been a really good season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave us a lot of time here. I love you. I wish you the best. Deep down, I'm like, I think that company's kind of whack. But I'm always here for you.
Yeah, for
Sick.
sure. What's your
it,
routine
man.
look like, Justin?
My morning routine, honestly, it changes often. I would say not
Interesting.
super often, but it changes. I would say quarterly, maybe, because my life changes and
Yeah.
I change.
Yeah.
So what's important though is that I do get at least an hour to two before work, similar to
Nice.
Kev,
Nice.
where it's uninterrupted. I wake up. My main thing is when I wake up, I have my phone on Do Not Disturb until 7 a.m. So when I wake up and turn off the alarm, I don't even see the notifications.
Nice.
It's really important that I don't see anything on my phone in that first hour. I wake up, I turn off the alarm, the phone stays plugged in the bed, go straight to the bathroom to get ready, then it's straight into my morning routine. The phone is still plugged in. I don't even touch it. So it's some sort of workout, whether it's a longer like triathlon-based workout.
Run or a bike?
Yeah. Or if I don't have the time, then it's as simple as like a 15-minute like yoga session.
Nice.
Regardless, I need to move the body. That's like one main pillar that needs to be done. Like Kev said, it wakes up your body and it kind of just gets you going. If you don't
Yeah.
get that workout in, sometimes it's hard to wake up if you're only doing like a meditation
Yeah.
or like reading. Sometimes that's not enough.
Right.
So sometimes it's even just a 10-minute walk outside your house. Put on the shoes,
That's fire.
go outside and just walk.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to really just like get the blood flowing
Right.
and wake up.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's like a handful of things that I have like in this like toolbox
I like
I'll
that.
pull from.
Right.
But I got to do at least, for me, like 3 of them. So
Right.
the workout's number one.
Okay.
That's always there. And then the second 2 things, it ranges. Sometimes it's prayer. It could be breath work. It could be like a meditation. It could be cold exposure, whether that's via cold plunge. If you guys don't have a cold plunge, a 3-minute cold shower after your regular normal hot shower is just as good. Still get the adrenaline rush.
Nice.
Still get the dopamine rush. So yeah, it changes. Sometimes like I'll have times where like I like to journal,
Right.
and then I realize that that's not as effective, and then I'll transition it to another practice. But the most important thing is I would say give yourself 3 activities that you could do to really fill yourself up first before you go to work.
Fire.
I would always include a workout in there, and then some sort of cold exposure is really good.
Yeah.
It's always good to get like some kind of like reading or like
You ever do the
podcasting.
hot and cold thing?
I do.
Cold plunge, sauna.
Yes.
Cold. How many times do you go back and forth?
You can do like 2 to 3 rounds.
Really?
Yeah.
How long do you go in the sauna, and then how
You
long
can
do you go in the cold
do.
plunge?
You can work up to it. Maybe I would start off with maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the sauna.
Okay.
Work up to ideally 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then in the cold plunge for 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then do that for 2 to 3 rounds. I would say once a week.
Dang. I
As
need to
like
try
a
that.
Yeah.
like a weekend activity after a long week of training to get like a really solid recovery
Yeah.
session in. Not only is it really good for your body, it's also super fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I
I
gotta
bet.
try that.
So for like the normal individual, maybe they've never done cold exposure. I did my first real cold plunge last week with
Yep.
Kaizen.
Yeah,
and you
killed it.
actually, it was cool.
Yeah, you just crushed.
And it was super fun. But you've spoken to me before about like the scientific biological benefits.
Yep.
Like for someone that has never done it, maybe they've never heard of it. Can you explain like what?
Yeah,
what are
so
some of the
basically what
benefits?
happens is when you expose yourself deliberately to something cold, whether it's cold plunge or ice bath or
Cold
cold
shower.
shower, yes. After you get out, because your body has been introduced to this cold temperature, internally it's going to try to regulate itself and warm itself up. And that process is known to wake you up and to keep you awake.
Your blood's moving.
Yes. So like similar to like sometimes in like the early morning, if you are sleeping and your house is hot,
Yeah.
and you wake up because you're hot,
Yeah.
because your body's waking you up because inside it's
Right,
warm.
right.
So and then the vice versa. That's why they recommend a hot shower or sauna in the evening, because when you get out of something warm, your body tries to cool itself down.
Right.
That process makes you really sleepy.
Yeah.
So cold exposure also increases dopamine levels by 250%. increase adrenaline by 250% too, without the crash afterwards. So you can get a 250% increase in dopamine from doing cocaine.
I would not recommend that.
Yes, but then you get an immediately you get a crash afterwards.
Yeah, like 8 minutes later.
Yes. Whereas cold plunge, that lasts upwards to like 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, get yourself cold to recover and to wake up.
Don't do coke, guys.
Yeah.
Just be healthy.
Yeah, don't do coke.
Be healthy.
What's your routine, Eli?
My routines, I'm kind of like developing it now. So like getting to do like a cold exposure, something I've been doing for the last like 3 months, just cold showers. But honestly, since I did this cold plunge, I'm like, I gotta just be there.
You gotta cop one.
I gotta figure that out. Luckily, you've got one.
Come back home,
I'm probably
man.
just gonna start pulling up to I mean, you got a whole gym.
Yo,
So
pull
me
up,
working
bro.
out with Kaizen honestly was a pretty cool flow. He's like
tight.
full on, just like going hard, just wrestling,
Can
training.
Kaizen beat your ass, like if need be?
Nah, when we were working out, I was like kind of sizing him up, and I'm like, he's not there yet. He's not there yet, because I was like, dude, he's been training a lot, like for wrestling.
There's always gonna be that big brother
He's
strength, though.
super into wrestling right now, so there's definitely a part of me. He's about
This
to turn
will
15.
be though, like the last year if you don't shift like now. This
Oh
is
yeah.
Like
It's game over.
If you
for
don't
him.
step up like right
Yeah.
now in 1 year, it's gonna be a problem.
No, still there's like a good amount like of strength that I have on him. I'm like, like he's not there yet.
Right,
He's
right,
still
right.
14.
Yeah.
Like he's not developed in that way yet. But I wouldn't throw down on him like that.
Awesome. It's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, well, people say win your morning, win your day.
Hey, that's it.
If you wake up and you go straight to work, you're just trying to catch up. You're just
Yeah.
trying to get into the flow, but it's gonna be hard to get in the flow as you're calling clients.
Yeah.
100%.
So if you wake up and you give your 30 minutes, wake up 30 minutes earlier, go on a 10-minute walk, read for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And get your cold shower in,
Yep.
you're going to feel a tremendous difference because you've already set yourself up in the morning. Everything else should flow when you get to work.
Yeah.
Well, and keep in mind, it's not supposed to be easy.
No.
Right? Like, I think that's the lie that you got to get over, is that when it's difficult, telling yourself that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
When it's difficult, that means you're growing, you're stretching, you're developing. You know what I mean? And so trick your mind into understanding when it's difficult, you're getting closer to your goals.
100%.
Discipline creates freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that ability to do what you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like it, that gives you that ability to take those skill sets and that energy and that mindset to other places, to your work life, to your family life, to your finances. But that can all start how you start your day, and knowing that you want to run your business. Don't let the business run you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think for me, one of the most important things you kind of talked on, like getting right into the physical. You really talked on getting like right into the cold plunge and having like a specific routine, and also the physical. I think for me, one of the biggest challenges and most important things has been the mental side of things. When I wake up, my brain feels crazy. Like I have so many thoughts going through my head. Like I have a hard time concentrating. Like I feel stressed. I feel anxious, and in order to prevent me from coming to the office feeling like that, or even just going into my day feeling like that, I have a kind of a process of gratitude. That's what I've seen to be the most helpful for me, and it's an affirmation, Bible, and gratitude process. So I read the Bible, so I can it's just fed towards me. I don't have to think of the affirmations myself. I'm just gonna read something that will fill up my soul a bit, and then I do some gratitude-based affirmations. So I am grateful for this. Thank
Awesome.
you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for this. I'm abundant in this. Because that's what gets me into a more positive and also peaceful frame of mind. That's what worked for
Awesome.
me, and that's been
Awesome.
the most incredible thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be different for everyone. So
For
I
sure.
think if you're out there and you don't have a morning routine yet, and you're listening to this and feel inspired, choose a few things that that you're gonna find joy
Yeah.
in. And I would say give it a week of trying it and just see how different you feel. And what you're gonna realize is it's not easy when you wake up, But the reason why you're going to continue doing it is because you want to get that feeling of how you feel afterwards. And you're going to know that if you miss it, it's a lot harder to start your day. So.
And to piggyback on that, once you kind of figure out the thing that you like to do, hang out in that space for a quarter.
Yeah.
You know, I break up the year into quarters. It's like each quarter is like its own chapter in the book of 2023, right? It's 4 quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So I would encourage you for all different things to take something on for a quarter.
Yes.
Because it really takes, it takes 21 days to create a habit, but it takes 90 days to create a lifestyle. So I would encourage you to play around with things and develop those habits you want, but then watch what happens as you get into them for a full 90 days. That's when it becomes a part of your life. So thank you guys for listening. Let's go ahead and wrap it with that. Stay focused, stay inspired. This is, in case you missed it, episode 3.
Let's go.
We're out of here.
Woo!